Take your own advice. What's up, everybody? It is day 102 of recording every single day until 2025. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing great, staying safe, and staying focused. The thing that I want to talk about today was the topic of taking your own advice. And I'm saying this because honestly, it's something that I need to improve on. So I figured, why not make a video about something that I need to improve on, and maybe it speaks out to other people who are also struggling with the same issue. You know, I am a small group leader at church, and I had just finished a retreat of some sort. It's called convention. It's basically just a gathering of all these churches within the area, and we have like a weekend of just sermons and worship, and it's a really fun time. But I found myself telling these kids in my small group advice that is so good and rich, but I don't apply to my own life. And I believe that if I did apply it to my own life, some certain aspects of my life would be so much better. I see myself doing that a lot. And I know that this is a common issue with other people as well, where they are just constantly pouring and giving themselves to other people, but they're not taking their own words that are coming out of their own mouth. And honestly, I think it's disgraceful. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself in a sense because I feel like I shouldn't be speaking to other people things that I think they should be doing when I'm not doing it myself. And it's not like I'm judging them at all. It's not like I'm being hurtful at all. I'm trying to give them advice that I think will help them, because they're asking me a question or we're talking about a topic and I'm giving what I think is the best logical response. But if I applied that to my own life, I feel like some aspects of my life would improve. But I don't. Sometimes I need to take my own advice. And I think that this is such an important topic because besides God, who knows you better? You. You are the person who knows you best. And if you can give yourself advice on how to improve your own life, think of how much further you would be in life. Think of how much better you would be in school, how much better you would be at your job, how much better you would be with socializing, with friends, with relationships, if you simply just took your own advice sometimes. Because we know why we're not reaching our goals. We know why we're setting these high limits and then not achieving them. We know why we're failing in certain aspects. And if we only just took a second to write down our issues and to dissect them and to open up our brains and figuring it out ourselves instead of running to other people for advice and just sat down with our thoughts, I guarantee you we would figure most things out. And now I'm not saying that we shouldn't take advice from other people. I think we absolutely should. We should never assume that we are the smartest person in the room or that we can obtain more knowledge from other people because that's just stupid within itself to think like that. But I think it's so important that you know yourself. You know your own thoughts. That you can look and dissect your life and dissect your decisions that you've made and learn from your own mistakes and learn from simply telling yourself what you need to hear. It's, like I said, an aspect that I need to improve on. I know exactly how to be a better person. I know exactly what I need to do. It's not that complicated. But sometimes I just don't do it. I know how to lose weight. I know how to eat healthy. But sometimes I just don't do it. I know how to get closer to God. I know how to have a better relationship with Him. But sometimes I just don't do it. And that's what I'm trying to get at. If you just simply broke down what you're thinking Instead of just kind of free balling out your days and trying to figure out everything as the time comes, and instead you actually planned out your days because you sat down with yourself and you figured out what needed to be done and how you needed to execute it, think of how much further you would be. But other people, and myself included, want to branch out and find advice from other people and often become motivated by that and not apply it. And it kind of is just a little bit of a quick dopamine release, and then it's over. And then you're back in the cycle. You're back in the cycle of being unproductive, back in the cycle of repeating the same mistakes. You're back in the cycle of feeling ashamed again, of wasting time, of feeling like garbage. It's so important to have those moments with yourself. It's so desperately needed to have those moments with yourself. You time is so vital for your existence. It's good to isolate yourself sometimes and figure out what needs to be done. As a man coming up in this generation, that is, I think, one of the number one things to do besides having a relationship with God. I think it's to isolate yourself and analyze what needs to get done. Because you are given responsibilities. You are given duties that need to be taken care of because you are a man. And if you don't take those responsibilities into your own hands, someone else will. And you don't want to lose that man card because you weren't man enough to step up to the plate when you needed to be. You hear what I'm saying? All because you couldn't focus for a couple of minutes. All because you couldn't get through the issue in a couple of hours. All because you couldn't just sit down with yourself and analyze that you are the problem and you need to fix on yourself. You need to fix on areas in your life that are just complete crap and garbage because you were too scared to do that. That's what often happens. You know certain areas in your life need to be improved, but you're too scared to confront yourself because it's uncomfortable. Because it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to go ahead and open up and figure out what's wrong with you. It's much easier to tell other people what's wrong with them or to tell other people what they should be doing. It's much harder to tell yourself what you need to be doing. It's so much harder to look in the mirror and say, I am the problem. I am the reason why I'm not where I want to be. I am the reason why I'm not achieving the goals that I want to achieve. So, take your own advice sometimes. Stop depending on other people's words to influence you. You can influence yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity to arise from the depths of the earth. Like, the opportunity is the opportunity that you are giving yourself when you tell yourself, let's do it now. That's the opportunity. The opportunity comes when you decide not to wait till tomorrow. That's the opportunity. There's never going to be a perfect moment for anything. There's never going to be a perfect moment to start improving on you. The world will always be against you. The world will always turn its back on you. The perfect condition to start improving will never occur because you need to make the first move. And the first move is recognizing what's wrong with you. Realizing what needs to go and what needs to be improved on and what needs to stay. It's focusing on you. It's time to focus on you a little bit. Stop giving everyone else this great advice and start giving you this great advice. Start listening to yourself. You know exactly what you need to do, but yet you just don't do it. Why is that? Why is that? Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. You gotta get serious about this. You have to get serious about this. You can't continue to live your life avoiding your own mistakes. You can't continue to live out your life procrastinating and wanting to be in a comfortable area. You have to push yourself. You have to push the limits. You have to cross that line. You have to make a move. You have to step into the uncomfortable, because that's the only place growth will occur. Growth won't occur when you're sitting on a couch. Growth won't occur when you're sleeping in extra hours. Growth won't occur when you're deciding to skip the gym today. Growth won't occur when you're eating all these bags of chips and you're growing fat. Growth won't occur when you're not elevating your relationship with Christ. Growth won't occur from no action. You have to make a move, and you got to do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow is already too late. It's already too late. Make the move right now. The future you is depending on you. Your future self, your future kids, your future wife is depending on you to make the right choice. But you're not, because it's too hard to give yourself your own advice and to take your own medicine and to admit your own wrongs. It's too hard. Is that what you want to tell your family when they ask you why you aren't successful? Because it was too hard? Because you would rather be comfortable for the temporary pleasures than suffer temporarily and enjoy the future later? Yeah. Gotta start now, man. You gotta start now. That's all I got. That's all I got. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, staying blessed. And see you guys tomorrow. Adios.